It is Miss Chyna Belle, aka Miss Stormy, aka Miss St. Louis. Being a parent was never meant to be a one-person job. It sucks to know that you have a child with someone and they're not assisting in the parenting process. And yeah, it's people out there that pay child support, but child support, it don't mean nothing if you're not actually parenting. It's like it just helps to have a second parent for that. I had a child by somebody I was in and out of a relationship with for probably about 5 years at that point. I chose not to deal with him during my pregnancy. I had a friend that tried to talk to me and she said, she was like, well, just give him a chance. You never know. After you had a baby, maybe he'll turn around and things will be different and he'll step up to the plate. I said, that's your story. That's not my story. I know who I'm dealing with. I know what I'm getting myself into. I know I'm finna deal with somebody that's not going to be a part of their child's life on a consistent basis. I knew that going in, okay? Almost 6 years later, it's true. He did exactly what I expected him to do. Part of me that blames myself. I made the choice to have unprotected sex with someone that clearly lacked the skills and ability to be a parent. You have to be real careful with who you lay down to make a child with. Don't expect them to change. It does happen. I know some people that happen for them. It didn't happen for me. It wasn't my story. Because I'm having some issues with my child. No matter what I say or do, she don't listen. And I'm a parent. I believe in discipline. I believe in spanking. You have to be careful with that, especially nowadays, because it's a lot of instances that's going on these days where these parents is killing these kids. There was a story in the news where the father was trying to discipline the son. This was a small child, probably 3 or 4 years old, and he punched a little boy in his chest, killed him. So it's like with me, I deal with a lot of stress in my life. Now, this past week, my daughter got in trouble at school where they get so many warnings, and after so many warnings, they called a parent. And I told her last time, I said, if you do this again, I'm whooping you when you get home. I didn't whoop her. The reason why was because that day I was having a very emotional day, stressed out. I was crying and stuff. I had to leave work for about half an hour just to go home so I could sit down and get myself together. When she did get home that day, I could not trust myself not to go too far, so I did not spank her. If I would have been in the proper place to go ahead and do it, I probably would have avoided everything that happened today. Up until when she was about 4 years old, I had a 3-hit rule, which means depending on how bad it was, the most times I would hit her was 3 times. Because as a parent, as an adult, you have to understand that you have more strength than that child. And you might be hitting them a lot harder than you think, and you can injure them. And Lord knows the last thing we want, especially as black folks, is for DFS to be coming in the house, trying to take your child away from you, being all up in your business. That's the last thing in the world that we want, because we going to cuss them out and make sure that they know, you need to get the hell out of my house. Moving on. And even if you don't spank them, figure out some type of way to discipline them, because if you don't discipline them, then the courts will discipline them later on in life, and if not the court, somebody in these streets. And it's better that you do it because you love your child. The world don't. Being a parent was never meant to be a one-person job. It's sad that there's people that have kids that don't want to raise them. And I keep saying people because there's women out here too that's like that. Because there's a rising population of single fathers out here. But what kind of woman does not want to be involved in their child's life? Like, you carried this child in your womb for 9 months, okay? You have a stronger bond with that child than anyone. They were bonded with you for 9 entire months, and then they get here and you don't want to be a parent. Let me say this. I'm not trying to say this to make anybody feel bad. You know what I'm saying? If it's bothering you or you feel like you're getting upset with me about it, then let me say this. That might just mean that you need to sit back and examine your life and the decisions that you're making. The last thing I want to talk about is support systems. Now, if you are a single parent, you need to build a support system. Your support system could be made of brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, aunts, grandparents, neighbors, friends, church members. And the support system is really for you more than for the kid. You are the one that need the support because being a single parent can be really stressful. It's nothing that you can do to change anyone. My mom used to tell me when I was a kid, she say, baby, people never change. She say people make small adjustments. They make small adjustments in their lives and they might adapt to things. The character of who they are never changes. The only way that happens is if something dramatic happens in their life or something extremely traumatizing. Then there's possible for them to have a transformation. But for the most part, who they are is who they remain. But the older I get, the more I'm finding out that that's true. So it's best that you just have to accept people as they are. I give her the opportunity to still love her dad, even though he's very imperfect. And we're all very imperfect. So I'm angry and I'm disappointed. He has the potential to be a good parent. He does. But his priorities are so way out of whack to the point that only way he gonna do it is with the help of Jesus. That's still her dad at the end of the day. And until she gets to the point that she feels she doesn't want to deal with him for whatever reason, and I'm not going to sit around and talk bad about her dad to her and be like, yeah, daddy ain't about nothing. No. Why? If he stays like this, I'd rather for her to come to that conclusion on her own. Not because I put it in her head. I think that's all I have to say on this. I'm feeling a little bit better. Like I say, being a parent, this one never meant to be a one-person job. It really wasn't. I'll be back, y'all, when I get something else to talk about. Y'all know the links. Hit me up. Make sure you subscribe to my page. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram at callme_stormy. You can send me an email if you want to talk one-on-one. Give me some words of encouragement. Or just, just hit me up for whatever reason. Just email me at misschynabelle@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter if you want to. Like I say in all my videos, I don't tweet. I don't understand the whole thing of Twitter, so it's not for me. I ain't about that Twitter life. So, we trying to do something big. I can't do it without y'all, so make sure that y'all support me. You support me, I support you. You follow me, I follow you. If you do leave a comment for me, I will respond. Now, if you leave something mean, I'm going to tell you what's this. Don't try me. Y'all got the links. Hit me up. Until then, you be good and I'll be good too.